Well, welcome. Great to have you tuning in as always. Hope you're having a good day so far. And yeah, it's just about time when we start to settle in. As always, you start by laying back, closing your eyes, and breathing. Simply taking the time to slow down. As we settle in, as we slow everything down, be mindful to the fact that soon enough we'll be complicating it. We add action, movement, coordination. But here's we start at the beginning. That subtle effort is in learning how to uncomplicate it, how to let this be easy, not something we have to overthink, not something we have to work hard at, but instead letting this feel natural, that sense of slowing down, that softening around the edges. Letting the body feel heavy against the floor, the breath freely moving in and out. We are on guard so much of our lives that we forget that we can slow down just as easily, just as naturally. Especially on those days when it just doesn't seem to want to happen. When the mind is agitated, the body is tense. There's no need to scold yourself. No need to get into that cycle of thinking you're not good enough. You just can't do it. It's not you. You don't have a personality. Whatever the thought is, whatever that narrative is that we often tell ourselves of why we can't. Instead, you just start again. You take that nice full inhale, that complete exhale. You just feel the floor beneath you. You feel the air around you. Maybe for just a moment the mind slows. And that's all you're looking for is that one little moment. Because that one little moment gradually becomes 2 moments, then 3, then 6, and so on. Give yourself time. Give yourself the space. Letting this process become easier and easier the more we practice it. Just a couple more breaths. Just a couple more moments. And your next inhale is a nice deep, full inhale. You fill the belly, fill the chest, and then as you're ready, release the breath, drawing your knees in. You wrap your arms around your shins, hugging your thighs tight. And you gently rock from side to side. A sense of movement, swaying the body. And back to center, hands behind your knees as you rock from the tailbone to the shoulder blades. Nice long line. Nice smooth rhythm back and forth, and the next inhale draws you up to sitting. You sit tall. The back of the neck is long, the eyes remain closed. You take a moment. And on inhale, you rise up. Tadasana. You find your balance. The feet are firm. The shoulders back. You let the eyes close if they've opened. And palms together at your heart. And on inhale, you take the arms up, lengthening. And exhale, you fold forward over your legs. You bend your knees if you need to. Get your hands to the floor and inhale. Right foot steps back. Exhale, left foot. And lowering towards the floor. Inhale, forward, broadening the collarbone. And exhale, you press back down. Dog. You settle in. You can pedal the feet, roll the shoulders, sway from side to side where it feels good. Inhale, right foot forward, low lunge. Left foot forward, forward fold. And inhale all the way back up, full extension. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Right leg back. And exhale. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Nice and smooth. Easing into the movement. Giving your body time to wake up and warm up. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot. Inhale, full extension. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg back. Left leg. And exhale. Inhale, broadening the collarbone. And exhale, down dog. Nice strong base. The head hanging heavy. Those palms firmly pushing into the mat. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, left. Inhale, full extension. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Right. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. You follow that rhythm of your breath. Finding that coordination between the breath and the movement of the body. So the two are intertwined. Nice and fluid. Nice and graceful. Inhale, left foot. Exhale, right. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Left. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let your eyes close. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, left. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Right. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale. And exhale. You relax your arms, you close your eyes if they've opened. Tadasana. Note the big toes close, the heels apart. You bend the knees, drop the hips, and sweep the arms gently. Setting your base low and firm. The tailbone drawing down so you get that curve out of the low back. Then the spine sits natural. There's a slight curve, but not that deep bend that sometimes we get where our hips start to jut out behind us and our torso then sweeps up. Instead, you want your hips to sit relatively neutral. And exhale, you fold forward over your legs. You catch hold of whatever you got, your toes, your ankles, your shins. You bow your head, close your eyes. You get that nice long stretch. That long line from heel up the back of the legs. Tailbones actively tilting towards the ceiling now. Then once again, letting your knees bend, your hips sit, and your arms sweep chair pose. When your base is set, the weight favoring the heels, palms together, thumbs to your heart, as you twist over to the right. Take that left elbow outside that right thigh. You can broaden, you can bind if you like. But you work that nice rotation of the torso here. Left shoulder rolling under, right side rolling back. Then inhale back to center chair. Hips low, arms high. And palms together, thumbs to your heart as you twist over to the left. Draw that right side under. Those thighs hug, and that gives you a sense of noticing when that right knee starts to slide in front. You can pull that right hip back, isolating that twist to the torso. Back to center on an inhale. Then bringing the arms straight out in front, parallel to the floor. The weight shifts forward so the heels peel. And on exhale, you slide your back down imaginary wall. Then you sit yourself down. Setting up for boat pose. Your hips touch down and your heels lift up. We're doing 3 rounds, so knees can be bent or straight. But you're working to sit tall. coordinating the strength of your entire core, your abdominal wall, and your low back. Then cross the ankles. Either hug those shins in or hands outside the hips to lift. And back out. Nice full breaths. Nice and steady. Cross and hug or cross and lift. Back out. Last one. This time you're going to cross those ankles, roll forward, down dog or vinyasa. And inhale, the right leg lifts. And exhale, step the foot forward, warrior one. The back heel spins in. You sweep up. You settle in behind that right thigh. The arms reaching. The outer edge of that left foot's firm to the mat behind you. And straightening out that right leg, you sweep the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Keep those feet far from each other. This nice long stance as you fold forward for pyramid. That right foot's firm to the mat as the torso reaches forward. A nice long line of the spine, hinging at the hip. Then inhale, warrior one. That right knee bends, the torso sweeps up. You take a nice full breath on top. And exhale, hands to the floor as you step back. Down dog or vinyasa. And inhale, the left leg lifts. And exhale, you step the foot forward. Warrior one. Push down into the outer edge of that right foot. There's that slight lift to the inner right thigh. Help suspend your weight from foot to foot actively through your legs. And straightening out that left leg, you sweep the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Broaden that collarbone and keep it broad as you fold forward, reaching out over that left thigh for pyramid. Inhale, warrior one. And take the time, set it up. And exhale, hands to the floor as you find your way back. Then exhale, the right foot forward, low lunge. Staying low, you just walk yourself over to the left edge of the mat. Turning the feet with you. The feet are parallel. And on exhale, you fold forward between your legs. The hands are comfortable on the floor. Remember, you think about walking them back, trying to draw the torso through those thighs. Then if the crown of your head touches down, I encourage you to bring your feet closer together so that your hips are higher up, giving you more vertical room. Because you're trying to sweep through those thighs, more so than leaning forward just to touch your head down. Then inhale, you lift up halfway. Staying low, you walk your hands to the top edge of the mat. The inside of that right foot setting up for lizard pose. That left knee lowers, the left toes uncurl, and you start to bow towards the floor. One forearm, maybe two touch down. You let the torso hang into it. Then inhale, you rise up to straight arms. You're going to keep that left knee down, the left hand's on the floor as that right arm reaches up. Nice open twist. You can stay there or reach that right arm back behind you as that left knee bends, and you catch hold of the outer edge of that left foot. You hug that heel in, rolling that top shoulder back. If you want to go deeper, you can always lower that left forearm back down to the floor for your lizard twist. But as you lower down, building that tension in the thigh, make sure you're maintaining the twist. That right shoulder rolling back. Collarbones broad. Then nice and easy, you unravel. You plant your hands as you step back. Down dog or vinyasa. And then exhale, the left foot steps forward, low lunge. You walk yourself over to the right edge of the mat, turning the feet with you. And on exhale, you fold forward once again. You can work your hands on the floor. You can reach out and grab those big toes of your ankles, giving you a little more leverage. Work the arms however you like. But again, you're thinking about trying to reach your sternum, the center of your chest, through your legs towards the wall behind you. It's that hip flexion that's the gauge of our forward fold. The tailbone tilting up. And then inhale, you lift up halfway. You stay low as you walk over to that left foot. The hands inside the foot. The right knee lowers, the toes uncurl. And you start to bow towards your forearms. Lizard pose. And on inhale, you rise up. The right hand stays down as that left arm reaches up. Nice open twist. Maybe you bend that right knee, reaching the left hand back to catch hold of the outer edge of that foot. You hug the heel in. You maintain that twist. You want to build that tension deeper into the front of that right thigh. You lower down to that right forearm. Nice full breath. Opening the rib cage. Sinking the weight down. And nice and smooth as you unravel. You plant the hands. You lift that back knee and you step back. Down dog or vinyasa. Exhale. Then inhale, the right leg lifts. And on exhale, you step the foot forward. High lunge. Your eyes up. You settle into your stance. Nice strong legs. The hips squaring. We're going to bring the palms together, the thumbs to your heart. As you fold and twist over to the right. Revolve side angle. You can broaden, you can bind as you like. But as always, take the time to feel that long line from the crown of your head all the way back to that left heel. That sense of lengthening out. Creating that space as you twist tighter. rather than shortening yourself and curling backwards. And on inhale, back to center, high lunge. Arms up overhead. And bring your palms to the other thumbs to your heart. This time you're going to take one big step, drawing that left knee forward, standing tall on your right leg. Going into eagle pose. So that right knee starts to bend, just a bit at first. So you can cross that left thigh over. Those left toes can touch down, they can hover, or they tuck behind that right calf. Sit your hips. You're firm with your base. And as you want, you can add the arms out in front. It'll be that left elbow underneath the right. You twist, you tie the forearms. From here, we're transitioning back into high lunge. It's nice and smooth. You untie those arms first. Hands to your heart. As that left leg then sweeps back, stepping as far back as you can. The arms reach up, you take a breath. Then you open up, warrior two. You adjust your stance as you need. But then you settle into it. The hips level, the torso tall. Nice and broad across the inner line of that right thigh. And straightening out your right leg, you reach forward, triangle pose. Right hand lands down, left arm reaches up. You extend out through those arms. Reach forward through the crown of the head. A nice open space of the torso here. And you breathe into it. Be mindful of that tendency to arc the spine towards the ceiling. You want to reach long through that underline of the torso. From your right hip crease to your right armpit. Feel relatively just as long as that line from the left hip crease to the left armpit. And then inhale, you rise up, warrior two. And on exhale, hands to the floor as you find your way to down dog. Inhale the left leg. And exhale, you step the foot forward. High lunge. Once you settle in, palms together, thumbs to your heart, and you twist over to the left. Revolve side angle. Again, you work your arms however you like. But make sure you can still breathe here. Those full inhales, complete exhales. And inhale, rising back up, high lunge. The thumbs slide to your heart. And you take that step, drawing that left knee forward. The right knee forward. Then that left knee bends. And the right thigh crosses over. The toes touch. They hover. Or they tuck. And as always, set your base first. Feel steady. Feel that you're in control, and then you add those arms. Right elbow underneath the left. Cross the elbows, twisty tie the forearms. And untying just the arms to start with. Hands to your heart. That right leg is going to sweep around behind you, stepping as far back as it can. High lunge. Then you open up, warrior two. Let those eyes soften. And straining that left leg, you reach forward, triangle pose. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth, back to warrior two. And hands to the floor as you find your way to down dog. You're steady with the breath. And on exhale, that right foot steps forward, low lunge. From here, we're going into side angle. So right hand's on the floor inside the right foot. Left heel spins in. And on inhale, that left arm sweeps up to the ceiling. Nice open rotation. If you want to wrap that top arm around your back for your bind, feel free. Half bind, catching the inner thigh. Full bind, catching hands. That right hip hugs into the midline of the mat here. If that right hand is still on the floor, squeeze the right knee into the right upper arm. The upper arm pushes back into that knee. And it helps keep that right hip pinned, and it also gives you a little leverage to twist the torso a little further back. And on exhale, hands to the floor inside that right foot. As you step that left foot forward, outside your left hand. You sit the hips down into a squat. I'm going to be here for a few breaths, so if it bothers your knees, your ankles, your hips, you can always sit yourself down. But once you get yourself situated, that right arm straightens up. The right hand is on the floor in front of that right foot, and that right knee stays behind the right upper arm as that left arm reaches up. Nice open twist. You want to wrap that right elbow around that right shin and your left arm around your back, working your bind, feel free. But once you catch your bind, notice if your torso scrunched down, and if so, just sit back tall, lifting the crown of the head away from the tailbone, keeping those shoulders rolling backwards, so the collarbone is broad and the sternum is lifted. Then coming back to center, we're making our way to crow pose. If you know crow, you can go right into it. Otherwise, you keep it simple. Fingers spread wide, palms flat on the floor about shoulders distance. You lift your hips, let those elbows bend a bit so your knees come to your triceps. And all you have to do is start to lean forward. As you lean out in front, your elbows start to shift forward. And that moves your center out over your hands, so your feet get light.
About 2 more breaths. Then you find your way to down dog. You float, you step, you take a vinyasa. Then exhale the left foot forward, low lunge. The left hand's inside the left foot, setting up for side angle. Right heel sweeps in. Right arm and right side of the torso sweep open. You want to bind, feel free. And you breathe. Opening the torso. Filling the rib cage with your breath. And on exhale, hands to the floor inside that left foot. And you just step that right foot forward outside your right hand. Coming into a squat. Again, you can always sit yourself down if it bothers your hips or your knees. But when you're ready, you just straighten that left arm out. Left hand's on the floor in front of the left foot. The left knee is behind that left tricep. And that right arm reaches up and away. You can bind around the shin if you want to take it tighter. But you keep the torso tall. Then back to center. Crow pose once again. If you want any variations, feel free. Otherwise, keep it simple. And even if you're familiar with crow pose, something you can think about is coming into it and then holding it. Often with crow pose or some of our balance or inversions, kind of come into it, we take a breath, and then we come out of it. But we want crow pose to be like all of our other poses, where we can come and we can sustain it. We're able to find that balance, find our breath, and hold it just like any other pose. One more breath, and you find your way to down dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. And exhale, you draw that left knee forward, setting up for pigeon. The left heel sweeps to the right. The right leg slides back. You can stay upright for your king pigeon variations, or you drape yourself forward. Then inhale, you rise up. From here, we're going into Vamadevasana. So that left hand is going to be on the floor right in front of you, and that right arm sweeps back. Nice open twist. Try and avoid rocking over to that left hip. You want to try and keep your hips as square as you can. Because as you twist tighter, if you want, you can bend that right knee, bringing that right heel to that right foot into your right hand. And as you twist tighter and you start to pull that right foot in closer, you think about taking that left hand, the one on the floor in front of you, across your chest to grab hold of that right foot. And then you can release that right arm to wrap around your back, grabbing your inner left thigh. Nice and easy, you unravel. Hands to the floor. Right toes curl under as the left foot steps back. Down dog or vinyasa. Then inhale the right leg. And on exhale, you draw that right knee forward. You place it on the mat. That left leg slides back. You stay upright for king pigeon, or you fold yourself forward. Inhale as you rise up. The right hand starts on the floor in front of you, and that left arm sweeps back. You can stay there or bend that left knee, and you catch hold of that left foot with your left hand. And as that foot draws in closer, you think about taking that right arm across your chest to grab that left foot, and then that left arm sweeps around your back to grab your right thigh. You take your gaze over that back shoulder. And coming back to center. You plant the hands as you find your route to down dog. And lowering your knees to the floor. You come to standing up on your shins, setting up for camel. So the shoulders are over the hips, hips over the knees. The hands start at the low back. And on your next inhale, you roll your sternum, the center of your chest, towards the ceiling. If you like to release your hands to your feet or the floor, feel free to go as deep as you want. We're doing 3 rounds. Inhale, you rise up. Relax your arms, take a breath. And once again, on inhale, you go up and over. As deep as you want to take it. Inhale, rising up. Take a breath. Third and final one. On an inhale. Up and over. You find child's pose whenever you're ready. You just tuck yourself in. Then on inhale, you rise up. You sit over to the side of your feet. And you bring your legs out front. Paschimottanasana. The legs are straight. The feet are flexed. The arms reach up. And on exhale, you fold forward. You catch hold of whatever you got. You bow your head, close your eyes. And reaching out as you rise up. You sweep the arms around in front, parallel to the floor. And on exhale, you lower yourself down onto your back. Come to lie flat. Once down, you bend your knees. Feet are flat on the floor, preparing for 3 rounds of back bends on your back. The arms alongside the body for bridge, or hands above the shoulders for upward facing dog. And on your next inhale, you push down into your feet. Lift your hips, low back, middle back, upper back if you want. And exhale, relax. And take a nice full inhale. Complete exhale. And inhale, you rise once again. And exhale, relax. Third and final one. On an inhale, you rise up. And exhale, relax. Once you come down, you just draw your knees into your chest. You wrap your arms around your shins, nice tight squeeze. Then taking the arms alongside the body, palms flat down. The legs go straight up. You hang out there, or toes towards the floor beyond your head, setting up for shoulder stand. Once your hips lift, you bend your elbows, hands against your low back, and you send your legs up. A few more breaths if you want any variations. Then coming back to center, toes towards the floor beyond your head for plow. The hips are high, the low back's open. You release your hands to the floor, fingers point forward. And nice and smooth, you unravel. Come to lie flat on your back. Once down, the legs are straight, arms alongside the body, preparing for fish. You press down into your hands and elbows. You lift the torso, arc the spine, and release the crown of the head towards the floor behind you. And on exhale, you lower down. You draw your knees into your chest. Nice tight squeeze. Then arms into cactus arms, elbows bent 90 degrees. And you release the knees over to the left. Let gravity do most of the work here for you. And on inhale, back to center. And exhale over to the right. And on inhale, back to center. Extend the legs, Shavasana. Slowly begin taking deeper inhales, more active exhales. Gently awaken the body back up. You start to wiggle the fingers and toes. You roll your wrists and ankles, arms and legs. Then turn the palms flat down onto the ground, gripping the floor as you inhale, grounding yourself. And exhale, you draw your knees into your chest. You wrap your arms around your shins. And you rock over to your right side. You rest there for a moment in the seat of full potential. And as you're ready on inhale, you slowly rise up to sitting. You come into a comfortable seated posture. The spine is tall, shoulders are back. Chest is lifted, heart is open. Back of the neck is long and the eyes remain closed. And palms together at heart center, thanking yourself and each other for being here. Clear mind, peaceful mind. Peaceful speech, loving speech. Loving heart, clear heart. Namaste. Thank you all for joining. Always great to have you tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day.